Alright, what's going on everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another Sunday Stock Watch. First and foremost, for those of you that are new to the channel, definitely start hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here. We got about 415 of us here, so it's awesome stuff to see this community growing. And also consider joining our totally free Discord group chat. That'll be one of the first links in the description box. And first and foremost, before we get started, I want to apologize ahead of time if there's any technical difficulties within the stream. I know yesterday we had one or two little blimps in the middle of the stream, near the end of the stream. It's because my router and everything apparently is going through some update. It is still going through the update currently, and I know throughout the day I was randomly losing internet access during the update as it completes each step. So I apologize ahead of time. Hopefully we're buying a little bit of time. I made sure to do this stream right after I had one of those. Usually it's every hour or so, 30 minutes to an hour. So hopefully I won't have one during the stream. But if I do, like I said, I apologize ahead of time. Chances are it'll reconnect, usually within 15 to 30 seconds at the most. So just in case, how's it going there? I am Solar. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. But yeah, I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. I definitely needed a weekend. I had a very stressful Friday at work, so it was awesome to just have a day and a half to just really not give a care, so to speak, after I did the stream yesterday. But as you can see here, I finally got my money deposited into Tastyworks. It is now available. Now you see here it says $100 option stock buying power. That's just because of the margin. I personally don't plan on using that margin, but pretty much they kind of just match you like dollar for dollar, if I remember right. So or $2 to 1 essentially. So if you have 50, 100, and so on and so on. If I put 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000, you guys get where I'm going. But no hiccups happen. Yeah, I mean, usually the hiccups shouldn't happen, but like I said, the equipment's going through an update, which I didn't even know they have updates, but my internet was stupid slow yesterday morning to the point where I couldn't even function on my laptop. So I called up Spectrum, and they were like, oh, your equipment needs an update. I was like, okay, whatever that means, but it's still updating. The lights are still purple when they should be blue, which means the internet can still be used. It's just that it's going through those updates still. But like I was mentioning, I will have this buying power available to me tomorrow, and honestly, I don't know how exactly I'm planning on using it yet. I'm thinking about maybe setting up some sort of short-term Iron Condor on XOP, maybe shorting SPY, shorting as in placing a put. It just depends how kind of tomorrow morning shakes out. It sounds like the futures just opened up. It looks like positively, which obviously doesn't mean nothing. We're still about 16 hours or so until the market opens. How's it going? How's it going? Good afternoon. Condors, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to talk about. I'm thinking about maybe setting up an Iron Condor maybe on XOP, so we can go ahead and just take a look at some potential ones I'm looking at. So XOP, I don't have Thinkorswim pulled up, but right now, overall, there's a max support on XOP around $35. Obviously, it's at 36 right now, roughly. Bid 35.94, ask 36.05. I expect tomorrow to be a decent green day for oil. Doesn't mean the markets are going to be green, no, but I'm just kind of expecting oil to kind of bounce back a little bit tomorrow. Like I said, for XOP, I'm not going to go into /CL right now, but overall, just know that the max support, pretty heavy support, is $35, and then there's going to be some resistance around 40, and then 42 after that. So since I know 42 is probably the highest it's going to go, how's it going there, Clint? I'll go ahead and do like just a basic Iron Condor, and the one that we have right now is 19 days, by the way, so it's about 2 weeks out, 2.5 weeks out. So like I mentioned, I don't think it's going to go past probably 41.50 in the next 2.5 weeks. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the 41 call. You always want to buy, and vice versa for calls and puts. So when you're setting up your Iron Condor, you always want to buy the next out that you're selling. So pretty much the range, so to speak, that I'm setting up here. Buy myself a little bit of wiggle room just to be safe if I really wanted to. So my range would be somewhere around 34.50 to 41. So you can see I sold the put right above 34, and then the same difference for the call I bought the 41.50, sold the 41, so to speak. And you can see my max profit is $20, my max loss is 30. So this means if I held this all the way to expiration, held it for the full 19 days, the max I'll lose is that $30 collateral that I'm putting up on top of the $4.50 and some change commission. So a max of $34.50 I would lose, a max profit of 20 if I got to hold it all the way through. So roughly a 60 to 65% profit overall potential if I held that all the way through the 19 days. The potential for profit there is 70%, meaning like just 70% on making some sort of profit on it, because you got to think, starting day one, if you hold it for 1 day, you're going to collect some sort of credit, which means you're going to get some profit. And honestly, 70% is probably, I mean, that's high, but I would think probably more like 75%. I think the reason why this is even as low as 70% is just because, yes, I'm kind of, you can see just by looking at the curve here, I'm definitely leaning more towards bullish. Why is that? Because obviously oil's dropped quite a bit here the last, week or so, and I think it's definitely at the minimum going to have a dead cat bounce and try for XOP, at least it's going to try to bounce back up near 40 before probably getting rejected and going lower. Overall, I'm bearish on oil. I think oil's going to keep going down at least until probably late November, whenever we start getting into travel season for the holidays and whatnot. Even then, I'm not super bullish on oil, but you can expect it to probably go up, of course, with travel season. But anyways, at least short term, I'm a little bullish on oil, just thinking that's probably going to have a decent week this week, maybe, who knows. But you can see that the chance of profit would go up if I were to, say, bring this down to 32 and then go to, say, 32.50, if it'll let me. I don't know why it's not letting me do anything. Oh, apparently it wants me to do 33. Either way, you can see the potential for profit then goes to 86%, which we were kind of talking about this with the whole chicken Iron Condor versus a standard Iron Condor, etc. You can see your potential for profit goes through the roof, but your max loss also gets a lot higher, and your profit really, I mean, it goes up, but from a dollar standpoint, but from a percentage standpoint, it's going down, because $21 gain on after commissions $83.50 is a lot less than potentially $20 gained that we were looking at, where somewhere around here, correct? 34 and then the 34.50, $20 versus a potential $34.50 loss. So at the end of the day, you still want to, when you're doing these quote-unquote chicken Iron Condors, or what I would refer to as more of like a bullish Iron Condor, I'm sure there's different terms, there's straddles and all that stuff, but more of a bullish Iron Condor, meaning that overall I'm a little more bullish, like we were just talking about. You definitely want to at least have a good read on whatever stock, ETF, whatever it is that you're trading. You definitely want to set up your Iron Condor to where obviously you think it's going to stay within, because obviously this green box here pretty much shows us that as long as this stays in between around 34.50, sorry about that, 34.50 and 41, that we would collect that full premium of $20, which after commission, as you can see, if I were to review and send it right now, which I'm not going to send it obviously, but the max after the commissions and fees, like I said, about $454. After that, you get $15.46. So $15.46 with a max loss of $30. You're looking at actually about 52%. So a little less than 60%, but still a 50% return in 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks, is by no means a bad return at all. I mean, if you want to break that down bi-weekly, say, because let's be real, you're probably not going to hold most of your Iron Condors till expiration, but let's say you hold it for 1 week, you're going to get about half of that. So out of a 34.54, let's say you only collect $750. Let's just throw a random number out there, $750, pretty much half of it. Let's say you hold this for 10 days, 11 days, and you collect $750. Divided by that 34.54 that you're quote-unquote putting up, that is a 21.7% return in 10 days. You divide that by roughly 10 days, like we said, and you're looking at about 2.25% return per day, 2.17, pretty much 2.25 per day average that you hold that Iron Condor. And to me, that's a lot easier, and that's why I say it's a lot better for somebody that has a full-time job, is in school, both, somebody that's grinding it out in high school, college, trying to get a bunch of money while they're in school. That way they don't have to be paying off Sally Mae half their life. Like, the Iron Condors are set up for anyone that's just too busy. I mean, no one's too busy at the end of the day, but it's just really busy, really active, and can't just sit and look at stocks all day. Because if you can do 2 to 3, what have I always talked about really since what, March, April? If you can do 3 to 4, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, 6, 7 on some days % a day, just an average 2-3% a day, you just watch how that compounds over time. I mean, you're essentially going to be doing roughly 20 market days in a month. So you're going to be doing roughly 40 to 50% on your account, and that doesn't even factor in compounding interest. Now, obviously, you're going to have some down days and whatnot, some trades that go bad, but like I said, if at the end of the day, you can average around 2% a day of profit after you factor in your huge gains, your huge loss that you cut, you just average 2 to 3% a day, you'll just have a mathematical explosion within your account, which is why I always suggest you guys just take those small steps. That's why I even said, until I get out of debt, other than my position in Ford I'm holding, which isn't on Tastyworks, that's still within Robinhood, this is all that I'm giving myself. Like I said, obviously I have 100 available, but I'm only doing options, obviously, on Tastyworks, at least for now, until my account gets big a year or two from now. But this is all I'm giving myself until I pay off debt. And you all are probably thinking, what does he keep talking about paying off debt? Well, I was just literally doing the numbers again today, and it's looking more and more likely like I'm going to be completely debt free by second week of December at the latest. So I'm just powering through, because I know once I become debt free, also in December I'm going to have roughly $700 left over at the end of the month. That includes Christmas presents, everything. Beauty of a budget, knowing where your money's going every month. I'm budgeting clear into January, February already, and on the low end too, by the way. And in December, I'm still going to have roughly $600-700, which I could then start investing. And then starting January, February, I'll be able to invest at the minimum $1,000 to $2,000 a month into my trading account if I wish. Am I going to do all that? No, probably closer to around $1,000 at first, and then once we really start going and getting really good results, then I'll start going all in, because like I said, my goal at the end of the day is to be able to trade full time and then do it live every single day like I was doing a few months ago with the live stock market trading. But so like I said, for now, this is all I'm limiting myself to, and you can see right there, I've got the money where I could do this trade if I wanted to, and I could add potentially 1546 to my account if I hold it for the next 19 days. If you're using Robinhood, with your guesstimating, so like if you're using Robinhood, all you would do essentially is just take these commission and fees out, but like I mentioned, I don't know if you've seen my video where I was mentioning doing Iron Condors or any advanced option strategy on Robinhood for that matter. I would not suggest doing any advanced option strategy on Robinhood, simply because, one, they get you filled at horrible prices. I noticed when I was doing Iron Condors, I had to pretty much take like the bare minimum, pretty much the bid, so to speak, of the Iron Condor setup that I had. Even though it wasn't too much, but when you're talking $2 to $4 difference, I mean, that's up to 4 to 5% difference in your return, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's the whole thing is like with Robinhood, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, I like them. I mean, I like their idea of their company. I like the idea of being able to trade and invest and all that for free, no commissions, quote unquote, no commissions. They do charge you pennies per trade, just the trading fees essentially. But you don't even notice it. I'm sure most of you don't even notice it, but I did bring it up in the past. But where was I going with that? But yeah, like as for the advanced option strategies, it's just not worth it. Like I said, if you're just doing basic calls and puts, yeah, for the most part, you get filled at pretty decent prices, right? I think we'd all agree on that. But when you get into the advanced option strategies, they murder you on the price that you get filled in at. And also, they messed up and ended up getting me flagged as a PDT, pattern day trader, where now I can't even do a day trade on my account until January because they fucked up my order. I put it in as a Iron Condor and they filled it as, I don't even know how they filled it. I guess I had already had some calls of the same amount. Like, I had a call on SPY already, 1 or 2 different calls on SPY that I was trying to also sell as part of my Iron Condor. So they thought I was trying to close my position that I had opened up. I don't know if it can get really confused. I don't know if it makes sense to you guys, but like, they, I guess for some reason, thought I was trying to close the position I just opened in the morning on a SPY call, when I was actually just trying to, again, just sell, buy, sell. It even said I'd set it up as an Iron Condor. I hit submit, and then once I hit submit, it popped up the warning about day trading, and I was like, bullshit. I was like, this has nothing to do with a day trade. This is just me submitting an Iron Condor. I pressed submit, and then it said, bam, you've been flagged. I was like, what the hell? I was looking through it, and sure enough, they closed that call position, and then they ended up setting it up as like a random 2 to 3 option order. So I was like going back and forth with them through emails, and it was just going nowhere. So I will never ever do an advanced option strategy. I'll probably never trade options on Robinhood again, to be honest. Yeah, that was pretty much what I was just getting. I'm pretty much never going to use them for options again. But like I said, I have a position in forward over there still. But other than that, like I said, there's just, other than for just actual investing, doing swing trading type stuff where I'm like buying and holding stock for a little bit that I think I can get a good deal on. Because why would I pay these commissions? These commissions are higher, by the way, when you're actually buying stock on Tastyworks, if I recall. It's like $5 or $10 per actual equity, like stock trade. I might be wrong on that. I need to go look at the little rubric thing they have. But yeah, like, why would I pay any commissions at all when I can still get filled on those prices pretty good on Robinhood, as long as you set limit orders, all that, of course, and still quote-unquote trade for free. So as for quote-unquote equity stock trading, where I'm swing trading, buying low, selling high, yeah, I'll still use Robinhood for that. But when it comes to any type of options at all anymore, I'm just using Tastyworks. That's what I was doing back in the summer when I was trading options, and then when I stopped for a bit, I decided to hop back into Robinhood, give them another shot, and sure enough, they fucked it up again. Why did they stop you when they made the mistake? That's what I was trying to get out of them. They were pretty much trying to just beat around the bush about, like, because I was like, that's not how the order was supposed to be filled. I was not trying to sell. Like, I didn't even click on that position. I was creating a whole different position, pretty much like I am right here. And then, I don't know, their excuses were half-assed, and I was just like, you know what, I don't care. I made it clear to them, I was like, I will never be using you guys for options ever again, and I will pretty much tell everybody that watches me on YouTube and my Discord chat and everything like that to pretty much, I was telling them straight up, I was pretty much advocating against their options platform, and they just seem to not really care. So honestly, their support has kind of gone downhill the last, I would say, few months. You used to be able to call Robinhood directly. Now you can't even call them. You're supposed to just email them and then hopefully get an email back within, it took them 3 days to get back to me. So I mean, their support's just gone totally shit. But like I said, at the end of the day, sorry about that. At the end of the day, you just get what you pay for, right? Like, I should have knew better than to think it was going to be a good idea to do an advanced option strategy on a free platform. But they advertise it as that it's good, right? So why are they advertising that their platform is good, they're not doing no wrong, when it sounds like they're doing a bunch of shady shit behind the scenes anyways with our accounts, selling our information? I mean, I don't know. They're starting to really leave a bad taste in my mouth. And like I said, I mean, overall, I like the idea of what they're doing, but I will never use them probably ever again other than for just standard swing trading, buy low, sell high, so to speak. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to go do their own thing, and hopefully you guys don't run into what I ran into, but just don't be surprised if you do. Like, to me, it's just worth paying $4.50 for. I mean, you can see this is a super small position. Somebody with $35 could take this position, and to me, it's just worth the 454 to know I'm going to get taken care of. I'm going to get filled in at a very good price. And, I mean, Tastyworks support is like next to none. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, even the guys themselves that run it, I mean, they'll talk to you like plenty. I mean, their support is awesome. But, like I said, I'm not affiliated with Tastyworks in any way. I mean, I have a quote-unquote affiliate account. But, like I said, the affiliate link, I mean, the only way I even get a credit for it is if somebody funds like $2,000 in their account within 60 or 90 days. So I mean, it's not even really a true affiliate account if you ask me. I mean, if somebody does that, awesome, but I mostly just leave the link down there just so you guys can like see their commission layout, because if I remember right, if you scroll down, they lay out their commissions for each type of trade, for futures, equity trades, options, all that good stuff. So, but yeah, like I was mentioning, if you can just do, on average, 2 to 3% a day, I mean, just think about it like that. Like, you're not going to, sorry about that, I meant to mute that. But, if you can just think about the fact that, hey, every day I hold this Iron Condor, I'm going to make roughly 2%, 3%, somewhere in there on my account, so to speak. If you can look at it like that, then you'll be more likely to just cover the profits whenever you think the trade's starting to go against you. Like, say I set this up, say I went ahead and submitted this, and it got filled in the morning, but then XOP drops down to like 35.10 or something crazy. Obviously, I would start to kind of be like, shoot, but I would watch it, right? I don't think it's going to. It could, but I don't think it's going to personally. But like I said, I'm at 34.50, so I still got 60 cents to go at that point. So then, boom, say I gain quote-unquote 2% of that credit. That'd be what, roughly 2% of whatever. Let's just say I made quote-unquote 2% off of that 34.54. I made that money. And then held it for another day. Say it came down to like 34.70. At that point, I'd be like, damn, this trade's going against me. I'd probably just go ahead and cover the credit that I have at that point. Wouldn't be a day trade. And I would go ahead and at least cover probably 2 to 4% of the total credit or whatever profit at that point. And then move on, set up another Iron Condor that's hopefully better. And yes, there's ways you can like roll up, roll out, all that stuff. I'm not really too quote-unquote savvy on that yet. I'm still learning a lot about Iron Condors, vertical spreads, all that stuff. But like I said, I'll definitely let you guys know exactly what position I end up taking out along the way, all that good stuff, any adjustments I make, and then just stuff I learn overall as I go. But yeah, as for Robinhood, yeah, I pretty much said my piece on that. There's just no way I'll ever do another advanced option strategy on there again. I just want to make sure that we're still doing good. So it shows our stream health is like yellow right now. So hopefully it's doing decent for you guys. Like I said, if there's any issue at all, let me know. Just so I at least have a heads up so I can call and chew out Spectrum some more. Because they said it was only going to take 24 hours for this thing to completely update. And that's why I did the stream later in the day. I thought it would finally eventually complete the update. But it's been like 30 hours now and it still hasn't. So I'm starting to get a little frustrated about that, but at least we're still working for now. But yeah, more than likely XOP is probably what I'm going to set up Iron Condor in tomorrow. Like I said, I might consider playing SPY, just depends on how it opens up tomorrow. I mean, if I remember right, the premium, like the money you'd have to put up on SPY call, like a SPY Iron Condor right now, it's pretty extreme. Now, obviously, I'm going a little bit extreme with this here, but obviously, I don't think it's going down this far. But like 15 days, I would not be surprised. Like I said, I think we're probably going to retest February lows, personally. So, how I'd be setting mine up is where we're at right now, like 265 to 267. So, I'd probably set mine up around like 278 and then 277. So you can see that one there, I mean, you're looking at, you're going to have to put up $431. Now, obviously, I could bring this in a little bit. On the put side, I'm probably not. On the call side, I could bring this in probably to around 274 and be safe. And then bring that in to 272. But look at that. I mean, you're having to put up over around, after commissions, 420 bucks roughly. I mean, your max profit is decent, and your potential for profit is still really good, but you just have to have a lot more capital right now because of the volatility. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen the IV rank on SPY around 50. I mean, it's been a while. So that makes sense that you have to put up more money, which is why, like I said, I'm probably going to stick over an XOP, just because, I mean, you can see this one is further out. I'm having to put up less money, and I'm having just about the same percent of profit potential, and I'm having a good return as well. How's it going, Jake? Good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. But yeah, I mean, Iron Condors and whatnot, all the options right now are going to be pretty expensive because, like, let's just go back to SPY briefly, and let's say that we wanted to just do a simple call. Let's say you thought it was going to go up. This is a 15-day. Let's say you wanted to do just a little bit out of the money. Let's say 269. I mean, you'd have to put up $432, and the potential for profit on that's 24%. So, I mean, just look at this, for example. This brings up a good point. So, see how you're having to put up about the same amount of money, but your potential for profit is literally 1 in 4, essentially less than 1 in 4? Why the hell would you do that whenever you can do your Iron Condor as long as it stays within this price? Maybe, if I can here, let's just do 253, since that's actually where I think it's going to go. 253, 254, bring this in to 274, and 273. So, okay, there we go. That's actually a lot better. What the hell changed there where we're down a lot more? I know I was doing like 250 and 245 or something like that. But actually, this is a lot better of a setup. But anyways, like, why would you do just a simple call? What was that call? 268? Something like that? Remind me if I'm wrong. Somewhere around 268 was the call we did. It was a, I believe, 15-day as well. And you had a 24% chance of profit. You had to put back now. I knew that was going to happen. Are we back? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? It's showing red. I can't tell if we're live. Someone let me know if we are live. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I called it. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I apologize. Internet's going through an update. It's been pissing me off all day. The internet goes in and out. Usually, like clockwork, what did I say? Every 30, and this time even less, every 30 minutes to an hour. So I apologize for that. But like I was saying, you could literally just about, after commissions, double your money whenever you have a 68% chance of doubling your money, essentially. Man, I wish I had $3 more. I'd probably do this trade, in all honesty. But, I mean, that's why I'm rarely ever going to be doing just calls and puts anymore. Like I said, if you have the time, trust me, whenever I'm doing this full time again here in the next year or two, I will still be doing calls and puts probably, because I can sit here, collect the profit, move on. Not have to worry about day trades, anything like that. My account will be over $25,000. Won't have to worry about PDT, any of that BS. But for people that can't really sit at their computer too often, I mean, this is a great option. Because let's say you did hold this all the way through. So 52.54 after fees. Let's say you held this all the way through and you collected that 47.46. So 47.46 divided by 52.54. So you get a 90% return on your investment in just over 2 weeks. So divided by 15 days, you're getting 6% a day essentially on your account, guys. So like I said, what do I keep preaching? 2 to 6, 7%. If you can average that every single day, and you just keep pounding it, keep pounding it, keep pounding it, keep making smart decisions, cutting losses when need be, and covering those profits when necessary. Like I said, that 90% is perfect case scenario. What are the chances with as high volatilities we've been having the last week that this is honestly going to stay either above 254 or below 273 at this rate? Like, what's the odds in all honesty? I think in all honesty we're either going to break the support and go well off the cliff, or eventually we're going to find some support right around this area and then just all of a sudden catapult back up. Obviously staircase up, elevator down, but at the end of the day, I mean, what's the odds that's actually going to stay in that range for the full 15 days? I mean, it's awesome if it does. 90% in 15 days is awesome, right? But at the same time, you have to just take into account, cover the profits when need be. You can always set up a new Iron Condor, collect some more credit, and keep building, but just don't try to push it out all the way unless if it's just blatant obvious that you're more than likely going to be right. So like this one, I would probably be more happy setting up more like this. But see, then your max loss, you have to put up a lot more money at that point. So I don't know why it's making me go back and forth between 250 and like 253, but yeah, like I said, for this reason is why, if this alone does not show you guys, go back to the one that I had set up here. What was it, 253 and 254? If this alone doesn't show you guys, explain to you guys, if you don't get the whole 68% versus 24%, putting up $48 for a potential of essentially doubling your money in 2 weeks versus potentially losing all that investment completely in 2 weeks, definitely do a little bit of research. I'll keep hitting it as hard as I can until everyone can understand why Iron Condors are by far the most safest form of trading options. I hear straddles are pretty safe and return some good money as well, but for now I'm trying to just master the Iron Condor before I start moving into other strategies like the straddles and all that, the butterfly. I mean, there's so many different ones you can see. I mean, you have calendars, whatever the hell a jade lizard is, the butterflies, strangle, like I said, straddle and strangle, those two I heard can have decent returns and are pretty safe as well. But like I said, for anyone that is super busy and can't really look at it but maybe once or twice a day or a few times a day at the most, Iron Condors are by far your best friend and your potential, like I said, to make 6% a day roughly, and 90% as we just went over in 2 weeks in a perfect world if you get to hold it for that full 2 weeks. Given volatility always pays up more, but I think we're going to stay volatile through the rest of the year and maybe even the next year and a half or so. So I mean, there's a lot of potential to make a lot of money in the next year. So I think personally, you just got to find what strategy works best for you, and don't stick to just one strategy. I mean, like I said, in the future I'll be trading calls, I'll be trading puts again, and I'm planning on learning the straddles and strangles and calendars and all that stuff. But you can't try to master everything at one time. Focus on one strategy, see if it works for you, see if you like it, see if it works with your schedule. If not, if so, awesome, master it, then learn something else. If not, then pivot to a different thing. Maybe you're trading calls and puts right now and it's not working out too good for you, like it didn't for me too often. When it did, it paid a lot, but when it didn't, man, it hurt bad. So now I'm looking at Iron Condors because I don't have the time really to be just sitting on my phone looking every 5 or 10 minutes like I used to. So like I said, it's all about finding what works for you, what different strategies you can juggle. But hopefully this video on this Sunday evening helped a few of you out. I know I'm Solar, you were wanting me to kind of go over Iron Condors a little bit more. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully looking at that potential for profit, how it went from 24% on a call to 68% on this $19 to $20 range Iron Condor helped you a little bit. This is definitely more of a chicken Iron Condor in all honesty. Like I said, I mean, the further you go out, you could see how much more money you had to put up, but I mean, you can see how the potential for profit just goes through the roof, and you're still going to talk about doubling your account within 15 days. So, I mean, that's awesome if you ask me. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. If you did, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that, of course. And like I said, I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've given this channel. I know we've had like 3 to 5 of you tuning in. That's awesome stuff. And like I said, if you catch this stream or video once it uploads and you like what you see, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here and add you to our community, a bunch of like-minded people. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, our totally free Discord group chat with about 30 to 40 members is one of the first links in the description box. And if you don't know what Tastyworks is, like I said, I have a link down in the description box as well that will kind of just explain how their platform works, what the commission rates are, all that good stuff. But hopefully you guys have a good rest of your weekend, a good rest of your Sunday. Hopefully this next week will be a lot better than last. Hopefully we'll make some money this week. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making those profits, covering your profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I will see you guys. Hopefully, like I said, I'll try to post a video sometime this week or go live sometime this week. But if not, I'll see you guys for sure Friday or Saturday. And then, of course, always the Sunday Stock Watch. And, by the way, before I end the video, this is the last week that I have, as far as I know, the last week that we have the 5 to 7 slot in my job. So hopefully I'll be getting off starting not this upcoming week, but the week after, prior to 5 o'clock. So I'll be able to come home, do a stream before my girlfriend gets home, and then that'll be that. So hopefully the streams that I had throughout the week will start back up here within the next week or so. So for those of you that are wondering about that, there's that announcement. But like I said, until next time, guys, have a good one.